Hello, my name is Megan, and today I'm going to be discussing why it is important to take school bullying serious. We've all heard horrible bullying stories on the news, on social media, about how children are getting bullied at school and they're beginning to self-harm at home, self-harm at school, or even worse. And the schools are not intervening when they're supposed to be, and it's not helping. Well, today I'm going to share with you why it's important to advocate for our children. First, I will talk about why it is important to take it seriously. Next, I will share how we can advocate for our children or students and how we can find solutions to help. And lastly, I am going to be talking about how this is affecting students' mental health and how schools can prevent this from happening and be proactive. First, it is important to take it seriously because we should be talking to our children at home and listening to what's going on instead of just brushing it off so it doesn't get to this point. If you work at a school or if you're a staff member, you can observe interactions with peers that they're having, or even at home. If you start to notice mood swings or isolation or just withdrawn behavior, that's a good sign that something's going on. Watching what they look for and what they're looking at on social media can definitely be an indicator. Bullying takes all different shapes and forms and can have a different damaging effect on a life of a child. Different ways of bullying is happening to different children, so not every solution will be the same for each case. This is why it is important for teachers and family to understand bullying and help their child come up with a dialogue to help them be aware of what's going on at school and how to defend themselves. Then advocating to finding a solution to stop bullying in schools. So how we can do this is by listening to our children when they come home, help them with their social skills so they have the words to tell the bully that they don't like what's going on, or the words to tell an adult what is happening and they can stand up for themselves. When you notice a mood change, be willing to listen or offer support from at home, and sometimes you can encourage your child to go to the school counselor or reach out to them and see if they will listen or have some kind of solution. Your role is to listen, be calm, provide reassurance, and that this will be better when the action is taken. Be sure to assure children that it's not their fault that this is happening. Assure that you won't take action without talking to them first and getting their permission. Avoid guiding them to fight back or bully back. Ask them what they are needing of you or what their end solution looks like so you can help navigate to that. Encourage getting your child or children involved in activities to help boost their self-esteem. And it's important to reach out to the teachers that they are with daily to see if you can get any information on what it looks like in the classroom or their day-to-day activities at school. Remember to help them cope with their feelings when they're at home. Sometimes they will go to school and be treated poorly, and then they get home and they have it all bottled up and it can come out and they can be very angry. So sometimes they just want to vent or they just want to cry, and just make sure that they're there and they know that you are supporting them however they need. And lastly, how is this affecting your child's mental health? Well, mental health plays a huge piece into all of this. The effects of bullying can extend well behind childhood. That's a quote from Dr. Hidalgo, and it's very true. Bullying has long-term effect on children, and some suffer with self-esteem as they get older. Relationships with peers, with relationships and friends, and with teachers. Always having a feeling of being insecure or on guard. Dr. Hidalgo also adds, even if they aren't currently being bullied, they know it could happen at any moment. The impact is profound on their mental and emotional state, and they can feel rejected, isolated, angry, or withdrawn, which is also very true from personal experience with my own daughter being bullied at school. I have seen all of that, and there's been days where she's not been bothered at all at school, but still has that anxious feeling that it could happen at any time, and still makes her withdrawn and not want to go to school because of that fear of it happening again. Teachers and administration should be building stronger relationships with students and connecting, and so that way the student knows that they feel safe and that they're comfortable to go share the problems that are arising, and that they're not going to be judged or misunderstood or put aside, that they know that this adult is actually listening to them and gonna take action when needed. Schools can use several strategies for combating bullying, such as the education team teach teachers, staff, and students about dynamics of bullying. There's several resources, such as providing mental health support and counseling in or outside of school. Consequences. Implement clear consequences for bullying to reinforce that this is unacceptable behavior. Participation. Engaging parents through workshops can also help them understand how to provide support to their children and create a united front against bullying. So those are all really big things that everyone should keep in mind when trying to help with these issues. To conclude my speech, keeping our children safe at school is very important, and getting the help that they need is also very important. By taking it seriously, advocating for our children and the mental health aspect, always be aware of the signs and be ready to help. And just remember that these are children of the future. Thanks for listening.